One of the biggest issues that is affecting the Muslim community is the fact that we have not reached the state of maturity.
After 9/11, there was a huge reaction against the Muslims. People before that just assumed Islam to be a peaceful religion. Unfortunately, what has happened is that the Muslim leaders, for different reasons, have corrupted the teaching of Islam.
One of the biggest obstacles to reaching that state of maturity is Israel.
France, Germany and Great Britain. These are the European countries with the highest proportion of Muslims who, after the events in Paris and Copenhagen, are the focus of international news. In Great Britain, they are 4.8% of the population, over 2,700,000, the second largest religion after the Christian. In London, that is living a daily state of tension, also for the revelation of Jihadi John, more than 1 million, 13%, and the mosques are 379. We decided to make a tour of the big ones and spoke with their authorities.
We get this question a lot and we feel like that we have to make excuses for ISIS, but we can't because we don't represent them.
Their way of thinking is an aberration. It is not something that is found in Islam, but it is something that developed in Saudi Arabia, whom the West support, okay, and whose efforts to spread that ideology they did not oppose. I don't think it is in the interest of the United States and the West to actually destroy ISIS. I do not think so. Okay, I think ISIS is a big bogeyman in order to increase more control in Western societies. I do believe that ISIS's presence is in American interests.
Islam by many is considered as the enemy of the West, without an analysis in depth.
If those two people had murdered in any other name, they wouldn't have got global publicity. But as soon as you use the name of Islam, you get global publicity.
I never read it, but I felt offended that anybody who is going to mock the Prophet Muhammad is going to hurt my feelings. But at that time I was young. Now I respect the fact that, okay, somebody who doesn't believe in Muhammad as a prophet has the right to mock him.
Freedom of speech, I believe, means freedom to criticize. Does not mean freedom to insult. You know, and for people who are trying to say that freedom of speech includes freedom to insult, I think they are really denigrating and degrading the idea of freedom of speech. I think they're asking for it. I don't support the idea of people attacking people with guns and stuff like that, but you're asking for it.
Yes, of course I felt hurt because it's a prophet that is dear to us. You know, he hasn't done anything wrong to be, insulted in this way. But it doesn't justify that whoever did the cartoons, Charlie Hebdo, that you go and kill them in this way.
From 2001 to 2011, more and more Muslims are living in the UK, increasing of 75%. Should this make us think of a dangerous future?
We all underestimated how, the kind of can of worms that has been opened by the uprising in Syria. So they're already paying a price, and then I have a real concern that it will get worse. That indeed, anti-Muslim sentiments will really take hold and become part of a common sense response to more terrorist attacks.
The problem can only be solved if our political leadership are responsible. And when they become responsible, rather than every time there's a small problem we send troops out, I think that is when peace will come to our society.
Unfortunately, I see things getting worse. Right? I see things getting worse. I think what we need to do right now in the West is to make alliances with progressive Muslim forces. For example, I think it is foolish for Western powers not to make alliances with Iran, for example, in combating ISIS. I think Western societies need to start showing a more restraint and greater respect, for other religions, not just Judaism.
It has to happen. I don't think we can live in constant conflict, because I think it will be the people of the countries who will then bring about change. And I think that change is a must for the future.